Hey girl, are you feeling like you're on like the edge of an anxiety attack like almost every single day because you can't even go pee by yourself? We've been there. I've been there. All right, so you are ready to hire childcare. But what are your options? I'm going to tell you. You can hire a nanny. You can do a nanny share. There is in-home daycare. There's regular daycare. There's also Mother's Day Out. You could kid swap, or you could hire just a regular babysitter. The first one I'm going to talk about is a nanny. So a nanny is someone that comes to your home and is taking care of your child in your home. They help you with light housekeeping, like sweeping, wiping down counters, maybe putting groceries away. And their responsibility is taking care of the child from top to bottom. That is doing their laundry, meal prepping for them, maybe even picking them up from school, taking them to activities, helping with their development. Basically, a nanny is kind of like taking over a mother's or father's responsibility. So really, really caring for them and nurturing them and helping them, learn and grow and develop. There's also an option with nannies. Because it is the most expensive option, there's something called nanny share. So you and another family agree to, the nanny's going rate, and one of you, or you alternate, take your children to their home, or they bring children into your home, and the one nanny is taking care of all of the children, and then you split the hourly rate for the nanny. So that's a cost-effective way to have a nanny. The next option on the list for you for childcare is an in-home daycare or like a commercial regular daycare. So in-home daycare usually should be licensed by the state that you live in. They should have all of the, signage up in their home. They as a regular commercial daycare would have. And that's a great option. A lot of them are much more affordable than a nanny. If you are, on kind of a tighter budget, they usually will offer options that are like half-time or full-time, maybe like half-day or full day. So you can kind of explore those options too, based on the formula that I talked about in the original video. When do you actually even need childcare? So you might want to go check that out if you're not exactly for sure how many hours a week that you might need. And usually daycares charge by the week. So if you get paid weekly, that could be a really great option for you. I have started both of my children in is Mother's Day Out. Now, Mother's Day Out is usually hosted by a Baptist church, and disclaimer for all of you that are wary of super religious or religion in general, they do not beat them over the head with a Bible. Yes, they pray and show gratitude for their food. Yes, sometimes in the older classes they will sing songs from the Bible. If that is something that is completely uncomfortable for you, then I do not recommend this. For me and my family, my husband and I both were brought up Christian, and I think that it's a great foundation for principles, but ultimately, it's up to the parents. It's up to you to teach them what you really want them to, carry through their lives. So Mother's Day Out, usually hosted by a Baptist church, usually 2 days a week. You have hit the jackpot if you find one that is 3 or 4 days a week. It is usually very inexpensive for where I live in Texas. I found the primo chef's kiss childcare, Mother's Day Out childcare option for my daughter, and I wish that we would have lived in this area when I had my son. They take infants 6 months old. Usually Mother's Day Outs only take 1 year, 1 to 4. They take 6-month-olds all the way up to pre-K, and they have a proper pre-K program where they run, that part of the school like as if they were in kindergarten. So they really do a lot of prep with them. And so I think it's just wonderful. So I'll tell you, now I do live in Texas and we do get a law enforcement discount. My daughter is going to go 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we do I'm going to make her lunch every day and send a snack and water and everything for $250 a month. Yes, you heard that. $250 a month for 4 days. You can't beat it. We went and toured the facility. We fell in love with it. She was upset when we were going to leave because she wanted to stay and play. And so that is starting out the best option for our family. If you know any moms in your area, or even maybe within driving distance, like a decent driving distance, you can kid swap. So kid swapping is basically just like, hey, I need you to watch my kid or my kids on this day at this time, and you set a date with her for her to bring, or them, to bring their kids over to your house. And so you're basically just kid swapping. And so the payment for taking care of their kids is them taking care of your kids. Now, this does need to be done with somebody that is trustworthy. I would definitely, even in text, I would definitely have some kind of something in writing, like loose, we don't need to sign formal contracts and things, but definitely have something kind of in writing, like, hey, every, Monday from 12 to 4, I'm going to have your kiddos. And then on, Thursdays from, 8 to noon or whatever it is, I'm going to have your kiddos. And, that way it can be, kind of not set in stone, but at least there's going to be an understanding, because you definitely want to set expectations up front. But that's a great free option that literally, it's going to cost you taking care of somebody else's kids. You've already got one child or several. Last bit of advice for kid swap. You also want to make sure that those parents, while you don't have to be super palsy-walsy with them, your parenting styles need to align, because there's nothing worse than receiving a child into your home that does not have boundaries and is jumping on your furniture and acting all crazy, and you can't really do a whole lot about that. So just something to watch out for. But it's a great option if you only need childcare here and there, 1 to 2 days a week. Or maybe it just becomes something that's just kind of ongoing, and it's the beginning of a beautiful friendship and relationship. So who knows? All right. Best of luck, and stay tuned where I'm going to tell you even more about each one of these options, which one is the most expensive, which one is the most flexible, and how to go about even finding these resources in your area. Okay. Thanks for following along. I'll see you soon.